This has got to be the coolest setup I've ever seen. Do you agree? Yeah. You excited to be here? I'd say that one saying. What's that saying go? Are you excited about what? The greatest opportunity of your life? Heard that. Well, hey, you guys, it's great to be here and to share some thoughts with you this morning. You know, and really just blown away at what this team has done in such a short period of time. And so today's going to be an amazing day. You know, a lot of information is going to teach you guys a lot of the ins and outs, a lot of different things, some maybe secrets, maybe different tips and things that you can apply in your business to really start to accelerate, to see the success that you want from Vima. And that's what's so exciting. I say this all the time. There's no way this is working for so many other young people, for so many others, and not for you. So what I want to talk to you about for a couple minutes is really the biggest thing in how I've been able to build a fortune in Vima, I guess you would say, but really, you know, a lot of success. And it really comes around culture. But before I talk about that, you know, my vision in Vima is bright. You know, I really am excited about the years to come. You know, this company has potential written all over it. You know, I said it to somebody last night, you know, if you were ever to be a part of Vima, this is now the best time ever. You know, if I could start in Vima, I would start today. There's so many things that are indicators in why Vima is on the rise, and that you really are in the right place at the right time. You know, this company definitely has an amazing lineup of products that are helping people. You know, you hear that story. I mean, just hearing that definitely reassures me that we're in the right business. We're in the people helping people. That's what this whole Vima movement's about. And so I'm really excited as we're going to take this company to the billions. You know, obviously one of my goals would be seeing a lot of young people really build this type of business part-time, maybe full-time, but to be able to take out, you know, issues that we see in our situation, like what? Student loans, you know, a lot of different concern there, you know, the job market. So that's what's so exciting, is this is giving a lot of us hope. This is giving a lot of us direction, you know, for our lives, and for all the parents as well that are here. It's great to have you guys as well. Remember that, you know, having you guys brings a kind of a cross-reference. There's a lot of parents out there looking for a change in their life, and with this product and this company, that can happen. So with that, let me take a few minutes and talk to you about what really the biggest thing I think is so important in helping you guys become hugely successful with Vima. Anybody want to make a lot of money? Yeah! Come on, that was all right. Anybody who wants to make a lot of money? Yeah! All right, that's better. So, well, here's the biggest thing. You know, you guys, Vima to me is a very simple business. It's not rocket science. I really believe that as you start to get into the business, it'll come naturally. It'll come to you a lot, you know, simpler and easier as you go. But the biggest thing that I see a lot of people maybe sometimes don't put enough emphasis on is creating a culture. And let me talk with you about that for a few minutes, because, you know, culture is so important. And I brought some notes with me, but when you talk about creating a culture, you know, what's the culture of Vima? I really think that one line, people helping people. The YPR movement is young people helping young people, and that's what really makes Vima, you know, so special to me. But creating a culture, so what does that look like? Look at different, you know, scenarios out there. You got things like the military. What's one of the culture things that you find in the military? They have the same haircut. You know, they have the same outfit, right? They have different things that people can identify. Maybe the Marines, maybe the Army, the Navy, right? The way they talk, the way they act, the way they carry themselves. So this is a big part in the culture, you know, of the military. A big part of the success that the military obviously has. Look at different things like, you know, different religions. You know, obviously religions have different types of culture, you know, from Christianity to Catholic to different types of religions, you know, Islam. You can study this stuff, and they all have different tendencies, different things that make them unique, you know. And I think really, even, you know, the colleges, look at a school like Arizona State, you know, compared to Harvard, they got a culture of party. You know, it's not really, you know, as much, maybe as the education side is so emphasized, they're more of an experience. And I can tell you that because I spent a lot of time over at Arizona State. And so, you know, you can look at fraternities, look at how the fraternities are run, the sororities. So the biggest thing I really truly believe in helping you become successful in Vima is you got to build a culture around your team, a culture around your business for huge success. And what's the Vima culture? Anybody shout it out. What do you think Vima's culture? Say something that you think maybe stands out as far as what makes Vima a unique culture. Anybody?
Teamwork!
Teamwork. We out here? How about energy? Energy?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the big things I really believe, that if you start building a business with Vima, you've got to create a culture of high energy, high excitement. You know, I work with a lot of different groups. I'm traveling all the time, and sometimes I hear different people share their story. They share, you know, a little bit about the product, and obviously the concept of the business. And if they don't really have that energy, you know, I always say that if you're not excited, dude, I'm not going to get excited. So the one thing I want to encourage you when you're building the business day in, day out, and these are simple things, is what energy are you bringing to the team? What energy are you bringing when you talk to a new person about this product or this opportunity? This is something you want to make sure every day, this is something you can control. Okay, so, you know, and I think that, you know, it's something also, you know, in building a culture obviously where, you know, if you don't follow pattern, it's very simple. It's not going to work. You know, I look at things like the military. If you break the culture, you know, of the military, if you break culture and certain things in a fraternity, you get booted. You know, if you break culture in the military, if you're not following, you know, the steps, you're not following the game plan, you know, people are dying, you know, in that setting. And so it's so important. You know, I'm blown away at this team. You know, obviously you can see the culture, you know, that's developing around this group. And I'm excited because I can somewhat see into the future for you guys that this team is going to be huge. This team is going to be one of the biggest teams in Vima, and you guys are in the right place at the right time. So you excited or what? So, you know, one of the main points in culture that I really believe that I think you've got to start off with is, number one, priorities. What are your priorities, you know? This was one of the things I struggled with in the beginning of Vima. You know, I was putting a lot of time and things on things that maybe weren't important. You know, I was partying a little more than I should have, so if you're in that boat, maybe turn that down, you know, for the next couple months and focus on your business. You know, what kind of culture are you bringing to the table? Are you creating a culture of partying? Are you creating a culture of different things? And, you know, I think that all starts with priorities. You know, I always say it, and everybody else's priorities are different, but I focus on my spiritual life, my family time, and Vima. A lot of the other things right now I don't put much time into. You know, I've given up a lot, and I'll say this out loud. I've given up a lot of, you know, I gave up playing college basketball. You know, I gave up, you know, doing different things. I had to miss church. I've had to miss family events. I've been, you know, I've not worried about dating and other things because I've been focused on my dream, and I've been focused on my goals, and these are the biggest things that I can attribute to why I've been able to see the success I've seen with Vima. And number one, creating a culture where I make sure that I talk not only in the right context of my priorities, but I really work with my team and say, hey guys, what are you focused on? You know, I asked a kid up in Toronto, I said, what do you think about every day? He's like, you know, hockey, you know, partying, school, you know, he was talking about, you know, 2 or 3 other things. I said, well, where's Vima? So if you really put Vima up there, you guys, today, make that decision that you're going to make this a priority in 2014, that you're going to have that culture, that culture of success, where you can really show people, not only by words, but by example, you know, really, you know, that you take this business serious. That you're here, you mean business, and you want to take this business to huge levels. And also, number 2 is consistency. You guys, this is one of the things that people ask me all the time is they say, how have you gotten successful with Vima? I've been consistent. You know, if you look at my numbers, I've enrolled maybe 130 or so in my whole career in Vima in like a 6-7 year period, which is maybe one every 30 days, 40 days. So I could say I've just been consistent over time. So in consistency of a culture, you know, are you sharing products? Are you out there are you increasing the frequency of the amount of people you put products into their hands? I mean, I can't tell you guys, I was at the airport flying from San Francisco to Indiana, right? This was maybe a week ago. And I'm sitting in this little, it's got like a vino wine lounge. I had a little glass of red wine and like a salad and this. I was on the phone and this girl next to me heard that we were going to Indiana and she says, oh, you're going over there? I heard it's pretty cool. Small talk. But immediately, you know, she started talking about when she's going to LA, she's, you know, does makeup and stuff. And then I had a V2, okay, I have product on me all the time. I had a V2 and a body shake. I can't carry a verb. But Obviously, and I'm always consistently exposing. I'm consistently sharing the product and sharing the opportunity. So this is one thing that I ask you, what is your culture you're building? And number one, is your priorities in line with building this business? Number two, are you consistent in your daily activity of sharing the product and sharing the opportunity? And then commitment. That's one of the biggest things I can tell you in creating a culture. Why am I so proud of Ian? Why did I come out here? Because I see the commitment that Ian and his team has to the business. I see the commitment that many of you have put into this business, the leaders. J.D. Phillips, you're going to hear from, Billy McSwain. These individuals that have put time and time and time into this business, but the commitment that you bring to the table is a huge part in your success in creating the right perfect culture in building Vima. So these are a couple of things that I really believe that you want to focus on. Priorities, consistency, and commitment. Number one, to short-term and long-term. People ask me, I tell people all the time, I remember when I got my first check. I remember when I hit diamond. You guys, let me give you my time frame. It took me 8 months to hit diamond. So if you're here today, don't compare yourself to anybody else. Understand that the time frame for Vima happens different for everybody. It is a sorting process, but as you start to build this business, you're going to realize very quickly, that it does take time and effort, but is it worth it? Yeah. Is it worth it? Listen to this. From 0 to 8 months to reach diamond. A year and a half, from 0 to a year and a half to get to executive. From 0 to 2.5 years to hit presidential. Ian did it in 14 months. It's a trend. Something is happening, you guys. We're shortening the learning curve. We're shortening the time it takes to build this as we're getting better every day. And then it took me 4 years to Star Ambassador, 5 years to Royal, and now 6 years to be, over Pinnacle. And I'm not here to talk about my numbers, but I want you to understand, enjoy the ride, enjoy the journey, build a culture, build an environment with friends, with family, get-togethers. My final couple thoughts in this, and why I think there's so many different groups. You hear of Alex more, and you hear of these different, success stories. They're creating a culture where people can be a part of it. Everybody has a role. Maybe you're new to the team. Maybe you're new into the business. Maybe you want to, come in and start, and reach out and do little things that you can be a part of the team. Those little things that you can step up, give someone a ride. Someone needs a verb. And I can't tell you, sometimes I've had to, step out and do stuff for, people that maybe weren't in my business, but I know paying it forward. You pay it forward, obviously that comes around. But the final thing is I want to tell you, create a culture of home events. How have I built a huge fortune in Vima? I continually do home events. I do 2 to 3 a day. You guys, I'm on the road, I'm traveling. You maybe don't hear me talking on Facebook. I'm not doing all the social media stuff all the time. I'm down in the trenches. I'm in the trenches doing home events, doing one-on-ones, doing 3-way calls. Some of the guys walked in my room last night. I was on Ubu talking to a group in San Francisco and telling them exactly the same thing I'm sharing with you right now about how to build a culture. Well, what is that? Build a culture where the newest person, they go through these steps. Number one, a culture of builder packs, affiliate packs, you guys. When you create a culture of an affiliate pack, it's going to get success coming your way quicker. Obviously you're going to have product on hand. That's going to increase the amount of people that hear about this. You get more product out there. You let people try it. They hear the story. When people hear our story, they get excited. And so that's the thing you want to create, is a culture of affiliate packs, a culture of getting 3 customers. Get 3 customers, dude. Let me tell you, this is how I built a culture with the team I had for the first 4 years around this one line of Vima. Vima is, remember this, the most complete liquid nutrition program you'll find anywhere. Vima is the most complete liquid nutrition program you'll find anywhere today. I could say that thing. I'm not going to tell you how many times I said that, but my point in saying this is that when you create a culture that everybody has one message and one method, you're going to start to see unity. You're going to start to see a team develop where it's going to start to duplicate. We all want to build duplication. We want to build duplication where 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. They don't teach you that in school, compound interest. So the idea that, you can start building this business, but you want to create a culture of home events and where, if you can get people started the right way with what? An affiliate pack, getting them their 3 customers. This is huge. Okay, psychologically, especially for the young people here, obviously when you're not out anything, that's a good feeling. That's like you and me own a business and have no money to it, it's all profit. That's a great business. That's a great business to own. So this is a big thing you want to do. A culture of frenzying, When you get people to frenzy, you know, imagine your newest person gets a check for $700. Imagine your newest person gets a check for $1,400. That's huge. That gives them something to talk about. It gives them some excitement. You know, obviously their belief level goes up, and then help that person create a culture of getting them to bronze. Bronze, silver, gold. I create a culture, I tell my guys every day, I'm like, look, whoever creates the most bronze, silvers, and golds will win. This is where if you focus your energy and focus your time on a culture of home events and a culture of success stories. I can't tell you, when I started working with Alex Morton back in the spring of 11, you know, we would get up at noon, or well, the college, not really, but we'd get up around like 10:30, we would go work out at noon, we'd have lunch, and then around like 4 or 5, we'd have a home event, right? And in between, we'd get on a Skype call or a 3-way call. We'd have another home event at 7, and then we had one at 9. So we had a culture of these small meetings that were 30, 40 minutes. And again, one message, one method. I promise you, if you focus on building this type of culture in your business, you guys, Vima is going to change your future. It will allow you to achieve your goals and dreams. You guys, this is going to be an amazing opportunity for all of you. You know, I encourage you to focus in on what's your priorities. Be consistent, be committed. You know, be a part of the team. And again, you know, if you follow the plan works. Have faith in the leadership, have faith in the people that have already been ahead of you. Because again, we know what works, what doesn't work, what to say and what not to say. You know, focus on culture of one invite. You know, I teach this. Go on to YouTube. I teach how to invite. It's Brad Alkazin, how to invite. Watch that. Teach that to your newest person. So I really can attribute our success to one, a culture, you know, one message and one method. I teach kids exactly how to invite and how to present. You know, and then the last thought is, what is your story? That's the one part of creating a culture that you've got to build, and now yourself and what your story is before Vima and obviously now and with Vima, but helping those new people develop their story. You know, my dad always says, the one who tells the story the most wins. And it's so true. So you got to help people, one, learn how to invite and learn how to present. To me, presenting's simple. When you do home events, it's an intro, you know, body and conclusion. It's just like writing a paper, you guys. It's simple stuff. Intro, kind of who you are, where you're from, your background. Play the video. I know this is something they're going to talk about a lot today, you know, different things and how to do a home event, you know, but I always play the video. I play the Vima 2013 until all the new array of videos are coming out, and then I cover the product, I cover why the business, and again, I created a culture with the YPR movement around these 3 points. We talk about this, and this is all we talk about. The job market, student loans, and working at minimum wage. Vima allows you to start your own business. If you create a culture around that within the YPR, and again, you know, remember, for the parents that are here, Marty, an older gentleman like 55, introduced me to Alex. That's what started this whole movement. That is what put Vima on the map. So understand that everybody has value. Everybody in here knows people that I don't know. Everybody can be a success story with Vima. Are you excited to be here?
Yeah!
Well, you guys, I've honestly had a great time getting to know many of you guys. I will be back. This will not be the last time I'm up this way. You guys, we're going to have a lot of fun. I encourage you to make a note of your schedule for the convention in Vegas. 10,000 people will be there. It is going to be wild. It'll be the biggest show ever. You guys, Vima is on the rise, and I can promise you, create a culture like we talked about right now, and you will have huge success. You guys, thanks for having me.